It is Saturday morning in the morning, and I'm ready to take a drive to Homer, Alaska, one of my favorite places to go. It's kind of cloudy right now, but it's supposed to clear up. I'm hoping for a nice drive and a good day. Chapel by the Sea, right?
Yep.
I don't think that church is still there anymore.
Yes, it is.
Really? I didn't. But I know Mom used to point the church out, but I've never actually seen it.
It's there.
You have to get on Rabbit Creek Road, or
Yeah, you have to take a side road over there to get to it.
and there's the shooting range. Why don't we ever go to that one?
Because it's a piece of junk.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's a nice range, but guys are cranked. It's always crowded.
So this road between here and Girdwood, you can always get behind slow drivers.
And it's a Subaru too. I'll bet you right up there.
Probably people up from Washington.
He's pulling a trailer.
You know, they have pullouts for these roads. I don't know. I wish people would use them. It's illegal to.
15 or 5 vehicles.
It's illegal for more than 5 vehicles, but sometimes they're like, oh, well, it's only 4 vehicles, so it's not illegal. Just shows how.
They don't enforce it anyway.
Yeah. That's how accidents happen when they don't enforce these laws.
There used to be nothing up there.
Yep. I remember.
In fact, the road used to go right over here.
On this side of the trees. Is there still an old road there?
Yeah.
Have you been on that part of the old Seward Highway on the other side over there? It's
Yep.
torn up really bad. We'll finally leave in Anchorage. McHugh Creek.
Oh, that's it up there, that little island is.
Yep. So right now we're about 15 miles outside of Anchorage. We're at a place called Beluga Point. This is a memory of a person who went out on the flats to save their dog. So when the tide goes out, this is one of the fastest moving tides in the world. Every year people go out on these flats, they get stuck and they die. There's at least one fatality every year. Anyways, you can walk down here, and many times you can see whales, beluga whales here. I used to technically you're not allowed to walk down over there, but I usually do. And that rock over there. I'm not gonna do it today. It's quite windy here too. Get a lot of rock slides and stuff like that on this side of the road with all the rocks on the mountain. This is one of the most dangerous highways, this portion of the highway in the U.S. There's one lane going each way, many curves and stuff. And during the summer, it's a very, very busy road. People go to the Kenai to go fishing all the time. And there's always accidents. People trying to pass, or people fall asleep all the time. And sometimes people just get so distracted by the beauty they don't pay attention to the road. Okay, I'm walking down here. I'm breaking the law. Well, I'm way down over here. It's illegal for me to be here. Nobody does that. I don't think they enforce it.
Sorry.
I know, pulling out of here, is always hard. Nobody wants to let you in either.
Yeah, that's mile zero.
No, I meant this side, Potter Marsh. See how people slam on their brakes? They see like a sheep or something like that.
You see a rock. That rock looks different. I'm going to take a picture of that.
Bike trail that goes all the way to Girdwood. About a 10-mile bike. Someday I want to do it. Gotta carry bear spray though.
Doesn't it cross the road though?
Yeah. It's Indian Creek. This is Bird Creek. When the salmons are in, it is very popular. You can't even find a place to park. There's a campground right ahead. It's empty most of the year, but when fishing season comes,
100%.
it fills up very fast and you can't even get in there. Used to be a nice parking campground with a lot of trees and stuff, but they cut down all the trees. Now it's just an overcrowded parking lot. It's sad what they do. You're out Bird Point. About 5 miles past Bird Creek. Bird Creek is, like I said, a very popular fishing spot. And the campground itself used to be a nice campground. I'm going to take a walk up here. Looks like we got a school here. Some lectures, education thing. Pretty cool. Missed it. Going. Oh well. One thing I didn't mention in any of my other videos, when driving through Hatcher Pass, Denali, even Eagle River, is all of these places you want to stop and look and take a shot, picture, whatever, you have to pay just to park, just to even get out. It's ridiculous. Basically, it's just a gas station. There's a town way back over there, but this is the last stop before you head up Tourniquet Pass. We always stop here to get a corn dog or something in the gas station. I'm gonna go in and grab a soda in a minute before we head up. Getting out of here, it's very hard to do. Very heavy traffic road. So they used to have reindeer hot dogs here. Get them for $2, but they took them out now. I don't know why. It's a nice little town. We've now officially entered Chugach National Forest. I don't know how well the volume is on this phone. Everything has been, this phone is going out. I'm going to replace it pretty soon. You can hear all the traffic whizzing by. We're heading up the path now. Over there's a sign. We are now officially on the Kenai Peninsula. It says, "Welcome to Alaska's Kenai Peninsula." We are at the top of Turnagain Pass. Got these bathrooms. This is the rest area. This is a tradition of ours. Every year we go camping, we always stop here and we would walk back in the woods. These trails were not here at the time. We would walk back and my mom would always freak out because there's a lot of bears. Dad was like, "Oh, let them walk," but Mom was like, "No, no, no." Like I said, this trail that goes back here, it wasn't here at the time. A lot of things have been developed. The elevation's about 3,000 feet, I think. Got the fireweed here. I'm gonna walk down to that hill over there. Got more fireweed right there. Beautiful fireweed. People go snowmobiling on these hills, the mountains all the time. You gotta watch out for avalanches. Just lost phone service. I had it coming all the way up here. I even had it in the parking lot, but I don't have it here. About 55 miles from Anchorage. This is one of those places that brings back a lot of memories, especially running back down here. I walk down to that creek. The shrub is pretty tall. It's a good place to run into bears. I wish I could go back to being a kid again. With my brothers and sisters and friends running down here playing on the way camping. Times have changed. Those were better days. Those were simpler days. Coming down here as an adult, and everything just isn't the same. I mean, even a few years ago it was great. You know, I came with my sister, my brother, my nephews, and come down here on the way down. My brother's gone now. My nephews don't like coming down here anymore. But they were good memories. Like I said, better days. Better days. I'm just gonna film right here and just aim the camera and just take in the scenery. Granite Creek Campground, very primitive campground. I like this campground though. Used to be one of those campgrounds that nobody goes to because it's like on the way to the Kenai River. It's about halfway there, so people would just bypass it, but now it's full every weekend.
Good trout. Well, it used to be good trout fishing.
I know Jeremy has always wanted to come down here for a weekend and just camp. Personally, I like the thick forest and trees and stuff. I think they're all reserved. Reserved. Yep, this campground fills up now. It used to be. That's what happens when you get a beautiful place and people discover it. Reserved. Like I've said before, people ruin everything, don't they?
I was on that site. I could reserve.
Anyways, yeah, we're at Granite Creek Campground. It's a nice campground. I'm gonna walk down over here by the creek. It's a beautiful campground. I don't recall the creek being so high though. I used to walk right out over there. Came here one year. The creek wasn't so high. I brought a chair and I sat right on that island. It was at night. There are a lot of bears here. Of course, this is Alaska, so we are in the middle of nowhere. You know, it really doesn't matter where you go in Alaska. You're gonna get beautiful scenery everywhere. I'm gonna take another walk over to this side. I'm gonna see what kind of an angle I can get over here. It's a very thick forest, but I know that I was out on those rocks, but I'm not sure if this is where it was at or not. Either I'm at a different spot, or the creek is just really high. I think this is where we were earlier. When I got on the island, I crossed right over here. But I think I took off my shoes and walked over here. I don't really want to do that right now though, because still got a long drive ahead of us toward Homer. So this is a day use area we're at. There's not an empty spot here. They're all reserved. Like I said, this is halfway between Anchorage and the Kenai River. So it used to be that people would just fly by this campground and never use it because they'd go to the Kenai River to fish. So nobody ever used this campground, but I guess it got discovered. Now you can't get in hardly at all. It's such a nice campground. It was a pity nobody used it, but now it's overused, which is an even bigger shame, I think. I'm staying in a day use area right now. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a really nice campground. It's either overfull or nobody could get into it, so oh well. And got a day use area though, so anyways, on to Homer. Summit Lake. Get it on a clear day, you can see the reflections of the mountains. Or on a, not on a clear day, but on a day when there's no breeze, but there's a slight breeze. Still a beautiful shot though. This here is Upper Summit Lake. Got the fireweeds in the background, if I can get it. Turn Lake. This is where the Seward Highway and the Sterling Highway meet. You keep going one way, you go to Seward. If you go the other, you go down to Kenai and down to Homer. This is a beautiful area. Let's get those mountains in the background there. And it's a beautiful day. It's beautiful sunshine. We are now in Cooper Landing. This is where the Kenai River begins. Kenai Lake is up the road and it turns into the Kenai River. One of the most popular fishing spots in Alaska, if not the popular one. There's three main rivers. There's lots of rivers in Alaska that people fish from, but the three main ones are the Kenai River, Gasilof River, and the Copper River. Hey doggy.
She's super friendly. She just might jump on people. So we wait.
That's all right.
Good girl.
A lot of people walking their dogs. I have a real problem with dog owners who get all protective and don't let people pet their dogs for no reason. See people rafting on the river right there. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. See how green this water is? It's all glacier water. The Kenai Lake is up there. You hold on a second, I'm gonna walk up there.
That's the Kenai Lake over there. And this is the start of the Kenai River. See how beautiful and green it is. See people going on a rafting trip down over there. I would love to cross the street, get a shot of that lake over there, but traffic is just way too congested and there's no place to get a shot at it over there. Walk back to the truck now, continue my drive. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon right now. It's about 65 degrees here. Feels quite warm and comfortable. I start my job on Monday. I don't know how that's going to work out. Gonna be driving a school bus. I got classes all day, starting at 6 in the morning. I'm a little bit concerned about that. We'll see how it works out. Anyways, I'm gonna turn this off and head back. After I zoom in here and just get the river and the cabins going. Lake right there.
Museum that Jeremy always wanted to go into.
Every time we came by, it was closed.
Yep.
where I spread my brother's ashes last year.
He loved this area. He loved coming down here to go fishing. This is Russian River. Well, it's the Kenai portion of the Russian River. It goes into it. But if you look down over there, if we zoom in, there's where the crossing is, and a ton of people fishing. This is his favorite place to come. It's the most popular place in Alaska right here. Right here, Russian River. Especially when the reds are in. See how crowded it is. There's the ferry crossing right there. You cross over there to the other side over there. And there is a ton of bears over there. There's also a ton of fish over there too. Let's get out of this guy's way here. Better clearing over here. Beautiful Russian River. You can see how it's all green. It's all glacier water there. And there's also combat fishing. Isn't Alaska a beautiful state? I am home. Well, I'm heading back to our truck from the river. It's quite a walk. We had to park a long ways away because it's very crowded. Very crowded. Couldn't park anywhere within half a mile. Literally half a mile. Maybe even further. So my brother-in-law and dad are waiting at the truck. It's warm here too. It's about 70 degrees right now. It's in the 70s. And 70s feels a lot warmer in Alaska. Look at all these people here. I miss these places. Some places have more meaning than others. This is one of those places that we used to stop on the way and camp for a night. We couldn't camp in the campground because it was always full. We always parked the vehicle here and slept in it. And like I said, my brother loved fishing here so much. We had to spread his ashes. We used to cross the ferry and go over there. We would always stop. Sometimes he would fish for hours just while we were waiting in the car to go home. We'd stop. He'd want to pull in the water for a little bit, maybe 2 casts, maybe 3. Just come in, we'll be back in 20 minutes. 20 minutes always turned to 4 or 5 hours. Because we love this place so much. Not just the beauty of it, but he just loved fishing. Personally, I'm not much of a fisherman. Fishing to me, it's quite boring, but he loved it. He loved fishing, and I love this area. To be quite honest with you, when we went camping, I like to drive more than the camping. I love driving, going through the mountains and trees and forests. It's not the same when you're by yourself though, or when it's just me and my dad. It's just not the same. We haven't even had a campfire yet this year. We were going to last year, but it was too painful because there was nobody with us, and it's just not the same. Good memories should not be painful. It should be good. Hopefully next year we'll be able to get more people to come with us. We'll see. Anyways, I'm almost at the truck, so I'll be back. This was one of Jeremy's favorite campgrounds. We only stayed here like twice, actually 3 times. Twice with Jeremy, once when Moose River, where we normally go, was full, and we came here for one night. So we are at Watson Lake Campground, about 100 miles from Homer still, about 20 miles from where we were at the Russian River. Not much here. It's like a parking lot with some campgrounds in it. It's about a mile off the main road. This was another one of my brother's favorite campgrounds because it's like a mile off the road, but you got a lot of woods and stuff, and there's trails. So we spread my brother's ashes along the Russian River, down in Homer, and right here. This is one of the other spots right here. He just loved this campground. Here's the lake right here. See all these lily pads? It's just a nice campground with a nice lake. See people floating on the lake here. It's nice. Not my favorite campground, but it's still a nice campground. I just wanted to show it to you real quick, so you can see how it's kind of the middle of nowhere, just off the road there. Physical therapy store now.
Nature center.
Yep, I'm gonna walk up here too.
There was Mom's favorite spot right there.
Yep. Is it empty? Here's somebody there.
Yeah, it looks pretty full here too.
We'll drive around it anyways. You can park right there on the way out.
That one's open.
Yeah.
They're not all full. Golf clubs. Yeah, these are the spots I was talking about right here.
Okay.
You want to park here?
Sure.
You can go right
just
down to the river.
Well, I'm gonna walk around first and then go down to the river. So this is Isaac Walton Campground. We used to call it Moose River Campground because it's right there at Moose River. This is where we always camp. This is Mom's favorite camping spot. This is where we spread Mom's ashes. It's right down by the Kenai River over here. I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna walk around a bit. I miss this campground. I miss those times. There used to be a lot more trees, but they cut them all down because of some kind of a bug or something like that, I guess. Some invasive bug that destroyed all the trees and wildlife and stuff, so they had to... I don't know that stuff. I mean, it's stupid, whatever it is. But this is the campground that we went to every year as a kid. I remember Mom had a special spot up there, up the hill, and she would sit in that spot and read a book with our little dog, our Chihuahua named Scampy, on her lap. This dog loved to walk around by the water, and he'd roll in fish guts. We buried our dog's ashes here and our mom's ashes here. They both loved this campground. We all did. We all loved it. That physical therapy that I got in the video up the hill, that used to be a small gas station. They sell like fishing supplies and bait and stuff, and in the mornings we'd run up and get some water from there. We used to play in the woods all the time here. It's not really empty, but it's not really full either. These bathrooms right here, we used to come back over here and walk up this hill to go to that gas station. Walk up these stairs and it takes you right around the corner right there. I'll show you here in a minute. That's the road we came in on. Gas station is right up ahead. Got a cool little center right here. Used to walk around here. Isaac Walton Campground, but we always called it Moose River. So right over there is that truck stop and that physical therapy place. Some of the things, the way some of this place has changed, and some of it hasn't. I'm heading back to the campground, same way I came, and then we'll go by the river. Down these stairs back to the bathroom. We used to play hide and seek in the tall grass here. There's Mom's favorite campsite. Right there, she used to sit by that fire pit, reading a book with Scampy on her lap. This is my favorite campsite right here, because back here we could go into the trees in the tall grass and stuff. This is where we sometimes got water. It's still an old school hand pump. It would take a while for the water to get going. I'm now heading out and toward the river. So we're headed close to the river. This is the Moose River. It goes into the Kenai River. This is where our little Chihuahua used to run and roll around in all the fish guts. You can see that right there. We used to jump from this bridge on a rope, of course not from the top. They since made that illegal. We're now heading to the main point where everybody goes fishing. It's down this cool little trail right here. I loved running down this trail. We all did. I grew up in a big family. I had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Every year we came here, a couple times a year. It's about a 3-hour drive from where we lived. Yeah, maybe 4, I don't know. Depends. It's a lot longer when you're growing up. But oh man, it even smells the same. The smell of lily pads mixed with fish and bait. Here is the point, right here. And I'll show you where the Moose River goes into the Kenai River. God, I miss this place. I miss this place. So I don't know how well this camera catches it, but you can clearly see the 2 rivers. The glacier water of the Kenai and the Moose River right there. So I think I might cry. Nah, I'm not gonna cry, but sometimes I feel like it. I mean, this brings back so many memories. Alright, well, I'm heading back to the truck. We're gonna head toward Homer now. I'm gonna go this way. That's the other thing, there's multiple trails and stuff back here. Anyways, on to Homer.
So we're about 30 miles from Homer. We're coming on a field right here. You can see some volcanoes.
One of them is Mount Redoubt, and I forgot what the name of the other one is.
Zoom in a little bit here.
I'm gonna walk a little bit closer here. This is one place where we always stop to walk our dogs when we had them. I don't want to get too close to the edge here because the ground could give away. See how it's eroding right there? Zoom into the mountains here if we can. This one. Oh, there it is right there. That is Mount Redoubt. And I do not know what the name of that one is. I think that's Mount Spur. These are all active volcanoes. I remember a few years ago, Mount Redoubt went out, erupted a little bit, went off. And at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the town of Soldotna and Kenai was completely black. The ashes spread out everywhere. And there's the other one right there.
Beautiful sunny day.
Anchor Point. Did you know that Anchor Point is called Anchor Point because it's the most western part of the United States that you can drive to the ocean? Yep. Coming into Homer pretty soon. Look how blue that water is too. Yep, coming into Homer.
Homer Simpson.
what you've seen videos, but get way down where they are. Walking the dogs, it's gorgeous out here. Low tide, we're at a place called Bishop's Beach. Beautiful area here. There's a bunch of walkways and stuff like that up there. Zoom out a little bit here. See how far out the tide goes. Beautiful area.
All kinds of trails that come out here. So I'm walking up this path that goes from Bishop's Beach to the visitor center. Those are the shots I showed you earlier just a minute ago. Beach is down that way. The ocean. The visitor center is up this way a bit. It's kind of like it's a wetland and conservationist with all kinds of birds and stuff. It's called the Beluga Slough Trail. All kinds of birds and plants, and sometimes you'll see a moose on this trail. It's a beautiful night too. It's about 70 degrees here in Homer. It's warm for Homer. It's usually only in the 60s and 50s here. But every now and then you get these really nice, beautiful days. It's about 8 o'clock at night right now. Summer, it's August, so summer's going to be winding down. Days are starting to get a little bit shorter. Right now it's going to be dark by about 11 o'clock, maybe midnight. Whenever we would come to Homer, we would come here Ian would take our dogs on this trail. They loved it. They really enjoyed it. Right now it's just me, my dad, my sister's husband, Matt. Visitor center is right here. That's the end of the trail up there. We got a little cutoff right here. You got a nice bench where you can just sit down and just take a look at everything. I'm heading back down the trail now. Gonna head back to the truck. I'm just gonna drive around a little bit more here. So I don't know what I like more in Alaska, the Denali Highway or Homer. They both beautiful in a different way, and they both have a bunch of different memories. But most everybody likes coming here because the boardwalks, the ocean, got the smell of campfires mixed with the smell of salt water, mixed with the smell of fish and chips cooking. You got all mixed with the scenery, mixed with the sounds of seagulls and ships. Got all that together at once. Nothing beats it.
We're back in Homer, top of the hill. This is where you come as you're coming into Homer. I backtracked a little bit because I wanted to head down to town first and get something to eat and set things up. Then we went back up here.
See if we can back up and get the fireweeds in the distance here. Got the Kenai Mountains over there across from Ketchimack Bay. That little land you see way over there, if I'll zoom in, is the spit. That's where we camp out. That's a Homer spit. I can see Mount Reed out in the distance, but I don't think the camera can pick it up. It's covered in kind of fog and a glaze, but let's see, maybe we can. Go really slow. No, I don't think the camera's catching it. We got Mount Reed out and Mount Augustine and Mount Spur. We got like 3 volcanoes out there. Part of the Alaska Ring of Fire. Came down from the overlook, heading out to the spit. Homer is much beautiful at night than it is in the daytime. It's about 9:30 at night. Used to be a lighthouse here. They just tore it down last year.
Nighttime here at Homer is so peaceful. It's after midnight. We're at the very end of Land's End. Very end of the sprint, end of the line. At night. Where's someone else with his phone? Almost got attacked by some seagulls over there. I gotta walk over there. They started circling me and diving me. Those things are aggressive. Anyways, have a good night. This is Beluga Lake. Getting ready to head out back to Anchorage this morning. I come camping. I usually come here in the mornings with a cup of coffee for a few minutes. There's a McDonald's right back behind us over there. You can kind of see the mountains in the distance, but I don't have it zoomed out enough. But anyways, heading back to Anchorage. Start my new job tomorrow. I'll be back again sometime soon, hopefully. God bless.